Good morning, guys.
Hello, Coach. I'm just going to guess you share this sentiment with me. The Blues game against them at Capital One Arena was more fun than the one at Enterprise Center, the one on their ice. That one was not as fun.
Yeah.
That is extremely accurate.
Coach, what is St. Louis's arena like? The locker rooms, are they pretty nice? Or are they old and decrepit?
Good atmosphere. It's a little bit older now, but good atmosphere, good fan base. It gets rowdy in there for sure.
Now, when you were asked what went wrong, your quote was pretty succinct about the 3-0 shutout. You started it with a lot. You repeated the same thing twice, and to that point, no Caps player had more than 2 shots on goal. Only the fourth of the season where the team was unable to come up with 20 or more total shots. It was just not a lot happening offensively.
Yeah, not good at all, especially with the puck. I agree, and going back through the film, and we just got to continue to find ways to. And it's not even about creating goals. It's just about creating. I would call it offensive activity. So we have the puck and we're attacking, and it's getting towards the net, or we're getting it back, and we're going, getting our shot through, and then we get that back, and then we tip one, and then we get that. It's just we need way more offensive activity, and that'll lead to some more pressure. That'll lead to some more ozone time. That'll lead to more shots on goal, and that was probably one of our worst performances in that category for sure through the year.
Yeah, I saw at the end of one of those quotes, you said, try to get some activity towards the net because it's a serious issue. And I saw something, I think about a week ago, where you were starting to show the rest of the team some of TJ Oshie's recent goals where he's scoring from basically right at the doorstep. That's where it needs to really pick up.
100%. And that it's so tough to score in the National Hockey League, number one. But two is the easy thing for players to do is go to the outside. I call it perimeter, is stay on the outside. You can have the puck all night out there, but if you're perimeter and you don't get to the interior of the rink, example, the net front, the crease, the slot, you're never going to be rewarded, not only with a goal, but a shot, a scoring chance. And that's where Osh has learned over years is, you can score the nice power play goal in the bumper, but at the end of the day, if you want to score 5-on-5, you better be willing to work to get to the interior and the net front. And that's a hard place because there's contact there, there's physicality there, there's cross checks in the back there. But that's where to score 5-on-5 in the NHL, you have to be willing to go there, and you got to work to get there.
So you're a coach. You're not the guy that does the contracts and signs the players, but you have to be excited about Protas being locked up for 5 more years. Aliaksei Protas, tell us about his skill, what he adds to this team. He's not scoring a ton of goals, but he sets up guys.
Yeah, and still a very young player, but he's, as Caps fan know, a very big man that can skate well, very responsible, really smart. And for us as an organization, he's someone that extremely coachable, wants to get better, and has continued to develop and get better along the way very, very quickly. So it really, really happy for him, but then also happy for our organization and our team, and as a coach to be able to coach him and have him a part of our team for the long-term future is great. You're the thing with Pro, and that's what we'll get to work on, is how much can he produce offensively, and that's where I think we're not sure. We're hoping that Pro one day can turn into, potentially 20 goals, 60 assists. Like, is there? We know he's responsible and smart and is going to be able to penalty kill and do all these things, but how much can we unlock there offensively potential-wise?
Coach, it was cool going back a couple games to when you guys beat the Blues here with the hat trick from Oshie, who's been battling injuries. He missed a bunch of games in December, but that was really cool to watch that.
Yeah,
and the fans' reactions.
Oh, and how fitting country night. He's a huge country music fan. I don't think it was a giveaway, but there was a bunch of Caps Cowboy hats. So now Osh's Country Road is playing 3 times. The place is going bananas. It really cool moment for Osh individually and our team. You could just tell how much it meant to him and our fan base, and to Osh. His struggles at the beginning of the season seem like an afterthought now, and he's just been playing so well, and to see him get rewarded with 3 goals was great. And us obviously getting the win as well.
By the way, can we all now book trips to Minnesota and get appointments with the specialists that TJ Oshie saw? Like, are his teammates coming up to him or up to you like, hey, like, I might need to make a side trip out there. Give us some of what he got.
Honestly, I don't know the specifics of it. But I might be barking up that tree too, with seeing if I can get up there. Well,
so they did something right up there.
Oh yeah, yes they did.
All right, so Minnesota next.
Yeah.
Just kind of looking at what they've done the last, 2-3 weeks. They haven't played that great. They've lost 9 of 13, and in 3 of those losses, they allowed 7 goals. So I don't know what they're doing defensively. I don't know how good or bad the goaltender is, but they have won 2 straight, and they beat the Panthers on the road, and they beat the Hurricanes on the road, 2 good teams. So talk to me about Minnesota.
Yeah, coming off a huge win for them yesterday in Carolina. I don't think it'll be anything different for us. Like we have to really make sure that we're get our game in check and get back up to the level that we're capable of playing at. And then we respect it. It's great thing about our group is we respect anybody we play. We know that we, just like anybody in this league, can give us a ton of issues if we're not playing to the level we need to. And Minnesota's no different. And coming back off the road, off of 2 big wins, they've got some talent over there that I don't know how much you guys follow, but the Kaprizov is a real talented young player there. And this Brock Faber, young defenseman, has been playing at a real high level as well. And the goaltending, Gustafsson, I guess, played real well from what I watched yesterday. So we'll see. But a tough little stretch here. 3 games to close it out before the All-Star break. Then we go back-to-back in Denver and play Colorado and finish off in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Joined by Washington Capitals head coach Spencer Carbery. So I saw that Backey is making the trip with the team. He was in St. Louis on Saturday night. Was this strictly his decision? Did you have any input to get him around the players to kind of give them a lift on the road trip during, as you mentioned, the 4-game swing before the All-Star break?
Yeah, this is something that Backey, just to come out on the road, it's not I know people are probably pointing to, is he skating? Is he practicing? No, that's not the case. He's just coming on the road and being around the guys. And the benefits are, I could sit here and talk about it for 20 minutes of him being around our group, being around our young players, veteran players, just giving little advice, just his overall personality and energy of being around the rink and being around the guys on this long road trip. So it's great to have him around the group.
Do you think he's a guy like post-playing career would be into coaching in the NHL? Do you think he goes back to his native Sweden? Do you have any idea about what his post-playing career might look like at this point? I know it's early for that.
Yeah, I have a if I had to put my money on somewhere, I think he's got a coach in him. I think he's the way he sees the game, and just in the conversations that I've had and getting to know him, he's got a little bit of coach DNA in him, I can tell. And I would bet that at some point, Nick Backstrom is coaching at some level somewhere. I'm not sure if it's North America, back home, but I would bet on that.
The Islanders have a new coach. What do you make of that?
Yeah, Patrick Waugh. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I mean, I know Lane a little bit, so anytime those things happen, I feel for the person being let go, because it's a tough business and it's tough on your families. And anytime that happens, and now you got to, I think about the stuff behind the scenes, not necessarily like the team. I think about the kids and schools and having to move and all that stuff. So tough situation, but yeah, for Lane, feel for him.
Coach, I was perusing the league goalie stats, and Chucky is 3rd in the NHL currently at a 2.27 goals against. And you look at his resume. I mean, he's had a long, winding road to get to this spot. He's played in the USHL and the AHL before making it full-time here in the NHL. He just seems like the easiest guy to root for because you know that he's put in the work and the grind to get to where he is today.
Yeah, and a phenomenal person, phenomenal teammate, and exactly what you said. He works his butt off every day. Nothing's been handed to him in his career whatsoever. So you always pull for guys like that. And when they have success, especially individually, and help a team win, it's great to see because you know what comes with that individually and how much he's put into it. So it's really nice to see his numbers and individual accolades reflecting how much work he's put in.
Coach, did you get out of town before the snow hit here?
I did not. There was, gosh, we had 2 days of canceled school. Yeah, we were there for those, and then we got out, but it took us a while flying out because they had to plow the runway and the whole deal, de-ice. So that was a bit of an adventure.
I wanted to see if we could place a wager. Let's place a wager, like old school junkies. Now, you don't tell us the answer until we get our bets in, okay?
All right.
We're going to bet whether Coach Carbery shoveled his own driveway. Well, let me ask him first. Do you have a driveway?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
And you've got a walkway up to the front door of your house, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go in with he's an old school tough guy from Canada. He shoveled himself.
I'm going to say no.
Because kids are young.
I'm going to say no chance because he's too busy worrying about beating the Blues.
Okay.
And
Right.
he hired somebody, either someone from the Caps came over.
Okay.
You know, maybe I don't know, maybe Stromer. Maybe Stromer came over.
Your guy Brett, he's assistant coach now.
Or there's a neighbor that did
Okay.
it. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm with Cakes. I'm betting that he shoveled it
Yeah,
himself.
but he's
I'm gonna
Canadian.
say
He's tough.
I'm gonna say he just knocked it out real quick.
All right.
Okay. So I I normally I rake all my leaves, I
didn't.
bag them. I am I would normally be doing that. I came home and this is the first time, and my wife was so proud. Our oldest son or elder son, who's 12, he did it for the first time.
Ooh, that's great.
I didn't realize he was that old. Okay.
Give that kid an extra $20 or
Yeah,
something.
hook him up.
Good for him.
I know. It was the first time we were so proud of him, like unprovoked. Didn't have to drag him out there
Nice.
because I was on my way back home after work to do it, and he did it.
Is he a hockey player?
He is, yep.
Is he a stud?
He's solid. He's good. He loves the game. He just has fun. He plays out in Rockville for Team Maryland.
Coach, do you think there are any of your players that shoveled their own driveways?
Hopefully not.
Oh, I'm going to say that's a hard no.
Hard no. on
It's a
that.
hard
Yeah,
no.
Although
good
I can't
call.
remember. I think our buddy Chris Farley, there's a Caps player. Oh, no, I'm confusing it. It was a Nats player that he saw mowing his lawn.
Gotcha.
And that guy makes like $20 million.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's probably
All
a
right.
small lawn.
All right, we'll get that win against Minnesota, and then you got the back-to-back. Then you got to fly to Denver and play Colorado, correct?
Yeah, back-to-back in Denver after tomorrow night, but we'll keep focused on Minnesota first.
Yeah. Does Chuck go tomorrow against Minnesota, or is that Darcy?
We'll figure that out. Haven't made that decision yet. We're going to practice today.
Okay.
All right, Coach. That's Coach Spencer Carbery, brought to you by the Centers for Advanced Orthopedics. More physicians, more locations, more advanced care centered around one thing you. Visit CFAortho.com. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.